All right, guys. You guys want to blow up your back? Saw I blow my back up. You want a mass building back workout? Try this. You want bulging lats? You want Tyrannosaurus traps? You guys want lats like Dorian Yates with half the work and half fucking genetics? You want to figure out how to not work hard, get big? You want, this is the shortcut channel. Huh? You're the one who fucking made it.
No.
That's a new one. Who did that one?
I feel like I'm making shirts every week.
And action. So, Stanimal. Stan, I don't know how to say your last name. I think it's Longeaux. I don't know. I probably butchered that. Whatever. So, Stan has written me over the last few weeks, maybe a month or so. He was talking to me about, he asked me some advice on some back movements that he did. And I responded to like the best of my ability via text, like just saying what I saw, like what he could fix and stuff. It's not like Stan's got probably one of the best overall physiques in bodybuilding nowadays. Like he's very balanced, he's very proportionate, he's very like top to bottom, he's a pretty complete guy, right? It's just that sometimes he's just not like as much of a monster as some other guys, right? But he's very complete, very like a true bodybuilder would really appreciate Stan's physique because it's like there's no holes. Yeah, obviously the overall structure, maybe he wants to be bigger. I'm sure he was aware of that too. But there's nothing to fix. It's just like, let's make all that good stuff even better, right? So, and it's like he had a great season this season. He did well at a lot of shows, came top 3, top 2, I think. So there's nothing to really tweak there. He's trained with great guys as well. So for him to ask for my advice is pretty cool. Like I didn't even know he paid attention to what I did. So appreciate him and anyone else who's like top level who pays attention to what I do. If I can help you guys as well, even if it's just like little tips on little form stuff here and there with things you might have problems with. Like I have no desire to be like some guru running around saying that I'm going to fix you and do all this stuff. But if there's something I can do to add to your physique or help you understand something or hit something a little differently, then that's a win, right? So basically Stan sent me this video. I'll show it now. You can put it up on the screen. It's doing like a variation of like a hanging dumbbell curl that I kind of preach. I did it with Ian. I do it on my own. But the issue here with Stan is that I'll do it like in live too. But you can see the arm is cocked open, so there's a lot more. It's kind of like a torque. It's kind of like a swing and then a torque, where it needs to be a torque and a lift from the bottom. So if you're gonna stand and curl a dumbbell, kind of what Sam's doing is, it's good because he's offsetting weight onto a bench, so he's allowing this arm to be free so it can work on its own. But then, like I said, it's kind of this like toss, kind of a throw forward and then a torque. Like I'm trying to torque, so it's almost like I'm braking on outside edge of arm. So let's say we're braking, let's say this is outside edge, this is inside edge for the purposes of what I'm talking about. That's not what it is, but okay. So if you're going to do this kind of swing and kind of toss, and you can see that my elbow stays open. So it doesn't ever tuck in. I don't ever fully supinate. I kind of stay in this kind of range where I can rock, and there's nothing wrong. You can do this. This is hitting your bicep. But if you notice that you're hitching more and you're kind of throwing more and snapping more like this, odds are you're getting more forearm. You're not getting as much bicep. So my suggestion to him would be that to literally, like, I would put the bench closer to me. I would even stand without a bench, to be very honest with you. I'd rather counterbalance with another dumbbell. So I'll do that too. I'll do it off the bench and I'll counter with a dumbbell. So if I did it off a bench, I'm just using this as balance. Or you can find a bench without one of these fucking sticking off of it. I want to literally, I don't want to create so much of a gap here. If I was going to keep this gap here and let my arm hang and curl, I'd want to think that I'm going down first. I'm literally keeping my shoulder retracted out of my socket. It's not tucked up into me, it's down, so that I'm rocking off the bottom. And my torque right away would be coming from inside bicep, so that I negate this feeling of going like that. I would almost torque my elbow in before I curl and rock up through and keep my tension on the inside here and the outside of my palm. So on that index finger and on here, is where my torque is. So all these guys that do this where they turn up through things, let's just start there. Let's start with supination and like pouring the dumbbell out over this knuckle and keeping the tension in here. So I want to torque through inside elbow. So even if I end up wide and I relax too much, I know when I go to curl, I roll in a bit and I roll up through, and I keep that elbow inside edge tight to my lat up through, which is a lot different looking than just swinging up and down, right? So if guys don't want to use a bench, they feel like they're kind of off balance, you can counterbalance with a weight you're using, but literally let this arm slide in front and duck this shoulder down as low as I can get it. So this is just dead, but it's counterbalancing me, allowing me to lean back on it if I have to, because if I didn't have it, I wouldn't know where to set myself. So I can get here, and to negate this opening elbow feeling, all I'm gonna do is fully supinate and tuck this shoulder back and my elbow down. So again, I'm not up here or even a little bit tense here. I'm low in this shoulder. I can literally move my shoulder around. I'm up through. So when I break, my break is in here again, and I'm breaking almost like I'm pushing down on arm, scooping. So it's down, scoop, swinging hand. So I'm fighting to keep this tension in here so that I feel this inside of bicep grabbing, like inside head of bicep grabbing, which will end up rolling to outer because this torque on this hand is eliciting a squeeze through the outside too. So here, 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 here. I'm getting all of my bicep. You guys are worried about like outer head, inner head, this and that. It's like, it's just the torque that you're creating and how supinated can I get. I can't get supinated unless, so say I do these curls like you guys do dumbbell curls, and I set myself here. How low can I get my shoulder here? This is it. Unless I come out of posture, I do something like this. This is as low as I can get my shoulders, and now I'm out of posture. So now I'm gonna really have to understand torquing and driving up through, and I'm gonna have less range of motion. But I can do that, but it's like, if you guys are doing curls still like this, it's like, yeah, you're still leaning because your guys are still doing it. Just literally relax here and turn head or get tension in neck so you feel a strain here, so that I can curl off an arm that feels like it's 10 feet long. I want to feel like I'm picking that dumbbell up off the floor. I'm not trying to wave in midair. Like the dumbbell is somehow being pulled behind me on a string, and I'm pulling it forward and then letting it back. I'm literally trying to pick it up off the ground, like a cable curl, right? So you guys can play with that all you want. Stan doesn't need help with his biceps, but if you're having trouble feeling your bicep, then just like I said, if you want to still keep this hanging because you want to understand allowing the arm to relax because that helps you more, then understand all it is just rolling up through and staying down. So I've killed any air in here, and I've rolled in and supinated. So now I'm hugging into lat. I'm not forward in front of me. I'm here into lat, so I pull back into lat and I move. Almost like there's a stiff wall behind my tricep, so my upper arm doesn't move an inch, and I just rock through. So every time I curl, even if I need to relax and hang here, my torque is coming in here, here, up through my hand. It's not going to be that visible in the sense that like you're not going to see my elbow go like this every time I curl, but the motion is that in my head. I'm rolling, squeezing into body, getting up through, rocking up through. So whatever angle that needs to be for you, for me it's that angle, for you it could be another angle. Just find the angle that works for you that allows you to torque inside and keep that arm flat and roll up through the body, as opposed to, which as you can see is a little bit of bicep, but a lot of forearm. It's gonna smash into this 30 fucking reps, and you're gonna wonder why my bicep doesn't hurt. When you can just hang for every rep on this, I can literally just get myself here if I stand by myself, if I post my hand wherever, and I can literally be here and just move with the motion of my body. So I sway forward, I sway back. I can hold here and contract if I wanted because I'm so low in shoulder that there's no impingement here. And this is my surgery shoulder. There's no impingement there. It's just bicep scooping, hand holding to a point. So I'm not going You know what I mean? So, but it's a good idea for guys who have development problems with biceps to get their bicep off their body. So Stan is right, and guys that do that shit are right. You're much better curling like that, even if it's kind of off, than to do these like, or these barbell curls where it's like, you know what I mean? Like even barbell curl, if you do it properly, is like, I'm still doing the same thing here. I did one arm where I was tucked in here, and a low shoulder and elbow tucked into lat, and I was curling here. That's all I'm doing here. My bicep is not gonna change angles. Now I'm doing it with two arms. I can't get as low in the shoulder, but I can retract shoulders down, and I can still be tucked into lat here, and I can still scoop just like I did with the dumbbell. So I'm doing the same scoop. I'm turning in elbows into body. So I hug body with my elbow, scoop up through so there's no space, there's no air, and I rock. I'm not doing this. I'm tucking in elbow so you don't have to slide it in front of me and then tuck it in, and I'm up through. So I'm squeezing. If you're having trouble getting the elbows in, literally let the dumbbell or barbell go out in front of you and roll your elbow in and pull it until it sticks to your body. Move your body. And eliminate all forearm out of the movement, right? Not all forearm, fuck. You gotta hold on to the goddamn bar. Like we get a little carried away with like isolations and this is isolating that. It's like your hand still has to hold the thing you're pulling. Your hand still has to press the thing you're pressing, and your feet still have to push the thing you're pushing. Like, so it's like this hyper isolation thing is like a little bit much, but you're gonna get a lot more contraction, a lot more tension on the bicep doing things that way, because everything else around it is either locked down, like we're locked down into lat, we're locked down into shoulder, I'm low hand, I'm scooping. So I'm just not getting this whole turning and torquing and, you know what I mean?